Hi guys, I'm Sarah with Fisher Price Ranch. First off, hit that subscription button down below and the notification bell for updates on our next videos. We are halfway to our goal. We have 500 subscribers. We're working to 1,000. So definitely, it only takes a second, doesn't cost you anything, so definitely hit that subscription button. So since the chicken pen, which, you know, the barn behind me, I'm sure you guys have seen the video already. Since it's finished, we are now working on our next project, which is the buck pen. Alright, so I got the bucks moved into the chicken pen. Chickens aren't too sure what's going on. And then Thor is in here, which Thor has not been with chickens yet. So I'm not sure how he's going to do. We're going to kind of keep an eye on him. He's over a year old now. Actually almost a year and a half. So I'm hoping that he will do good with the chickens. If not, we're just going to let him switch places with Freya. Freya currently is in charge of guarding the yard, unfortunately, right now. So if Thor decides to chase the chickens, we're going to put him in the yard and we'll put Freya in here. And it'll also give Freya more experience with the goats. We had to move the bucks because they're a big old pain in the butt. We just given them some horse pellets that I have for my milking does. So they're enjoying what's left of those, checking things out. There's Thor. And he's gonna go see the chickens maybe. So I'm just keeping an eye on him. Now the chickens are automatically kind of afraid of the dogs, so the chickens are gonna kind of run a bit. So as long as Thor doesn't engage in that, he should do just fine. So we'll see how he does. When he was a puppy and a chicken would get into his pen, he would chase it. But the last one that got in, he just looked at it and then he ignored it. So that showed me that he is maturing a bit. So like I said, we're just going to keep an eye on how he does with everybody. But now we can get started on the buck pen. So I'll show you guys kind of what's going on in there. That way you can see kind of a before of what it looks like. It's a big mess right now because we threw a bunch of branches in there for the goats to eat. Thor has drug in some trash that got blown up to the fence with all this wind we've been having. And I haven't cleaned it because I knew I was just going to move everybody out. We're going to completely tear the whole pen down and deep clean. So I'll kind of show you guys what's going on in there. Alright, so here is the buck pen. As you can see, the fencing is falling down. Whoa, I'm almost falling down. Yeah, it's all just temporary fencing. Like, I've got 6-foot fencing here, I've got 5-foot fencing here. When we built this pen, it was just all scrap material, like junk that we got for free. So, as you can see, it's just a big old mess. The houses are falling down. So, and a lot of the trees, not a lot, I guess these are all pretty good, but like that little one there needs to be taken out. These two need to be taken out, and these two need to be taken out. And we got stumps, and it's just a big old mess. They're old feeder, they made a huge mess with the hay, and it's just really deep. So anyway, they destroyed their playground. That's bucks for you though, and you can see the garbage from the dog. So this is just a huge mess. We used the old 5-foot fencing on the outside there as well, so we're going to tear it all down to the corner because we like our goat and sheep fencing over there. And we've got new fencing just like the doe pen, and we're going to take out all the T-posts, take everything out of here so it's bare ground, take out all the dead trees, all the branches, all the trash, the playground, the feeder, all the housing. We're going to take every single thing out of here. And then I have a friend that wants all this manure that's been piled up. So he's going to come in with his tractor after we've cleaned out all the trees and all the branches and the housing and everything. Once we're just down to the dirt and the manure, he's going to come in with his tractor and he's going to scrape it clean for us. And then he's going to take all the manure, which is going to help us a lot. So this is kind of what it looks like. It looks like crap. So what we're going to do is we are going to, just like the doe pen, we're going to put in a courtyard right over here, this big corner. We're going to take out half that tree is dead. So we're going to take out half of it, clean it up a bit, and we're going to make a courtyard, and then we'll make a chute along here. and it'll go to, that's Thor's jump gate for him to go into his little dog area. And so the chute will go to the edge of this hay barn that we have. And then we'll have a gate here that'll open up into this pasture. And then we're going to split it roughly right about here. And then this will be a pasture. So we're going to do the same thing like the does and have 2 pastures instead of 3 like the girls. They'll only have 2 because we only have 3 bucks and a wether. So they don't need a lot of space. But we'll be able to plant grass up here. And it's just going to look so much better. Their courtyard, we're going to move their feeder will go into their courtyard. We're going to build a nice little barn for them in there. A good sturdy one, just like we did with the chickens. And it's just going to look a lot cleaner. We do have some grass that stuck around when we threw seed out, but not much. So we're just going to grade the whole thing down with a rake or whatever, and spread seed, and we'll cover it with manure. So, but you can see some grass. We got some over there, so not much. It's just a big mess in here though. So anyway, that is our plan. Just wanted to give you guys kind of a before image of how horrible it looks. The dog that we used to have dug holes everywhere. So having that tractor will help kind of level the ground real nice. Have just a slight slope to it like our ground already does. It's a little higher over there, and it just slowly slopes down to the back of the property. So that'll help with the grass. And when we get rain, it'll just, it'll soak in everywhere. So anyway, definitely keep an eye out. I'm going to try and film the whole thing. I'll do it in segments. But right now, I probably won't video us tearing everything down. But when we get to the point where all the fencing is down, everything's tore out, and my friend gets here, which is Dave. He's the one that did all of our gravel for us. But maybe I'll video some of his tractor work, and then as we start rebuilding with all the new materials, I will definitely film all of that. Alright, so real quick, I'm just going to head back over and see how Thor is doing so far with the chickens. So far, he's actually, I know you guys can't see him through the trees, but the chickens are hanging out. He's not bothering them, which is great. I know that sometimes they don't mess with them right away because they're too busy checking out their new area. But hopefully, checking on them throughout the day. I'll probably move my surveillance camera out here, because I have one in the buck pen, which now nobody's over there. So I'll probably put a surveillance camera in here so I can keep an eye on Thor and how he does while nobody's looking. Because we definitely do not want to lose any chickens. But see, he just walked right past that chicken and she didn't even care. So I do have high hopes for him. He has got great natural instincts, just like his mother, Zara. And Zara is pregnant, by the way. We had a friend over yesterday evening, and she palpated her. They do dog breeding and showing and stuff, so they know what they're doing. But they looked at her and palpated her belly, and they feel puppies. So we are going to have some livestock guardian puppies. These are purebred Krakachens. We will not be registering them, but they will be raised with goats and chickens. Alright guys, we'll definitely keep an eye out for those next videos on how we redo our buck pen. Now we'll show you how we do the fencing. We're going to be pulling it tight and tying it all to we just use T-posts. And anyway, we also make our own gates out of old Home Depot shelving, the metal shelving that's meant to hold heavy loads. And then we'll also be redoing all of the electric fencing. Now I'll do a video for that completely separate, because electric fencing can be easy, but it can be frustrating. So we'll definitely do a video when we're ready to electrify our fencing. And so anyway, we'll definitely see you guys next time.